Welcome back, everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build a simple wild animal gallery using the knowledge we basically learned from our previous meeting, which is CSS grid, CSS flexbox, and what are media query. And as I mentioned earlier, these three things help us very much in building a very responsive website, which is one of the modern requirements in the website. If you build a website and it's not responsive, definitely it's going to be an issue. So one of the reasons why developers, hiring companies ask is, do you know how to build a responsive design with CSS, media query, CSS grid, and CSS flexbox? You are going to learn how to do so. Let's get started. The first thing to do here is to open a new folder from this side, which is normally you can open a folder and then you can give it a name. You can just give it a name, responsive, what do you call it? Responsive gallery. Let's say gallery. And then this folder here we created, we can just open it up easily using our code editor. Open it up using our code editor. And we can just wait for it to open up properly. We can just close this one and we can create our index.html file here, index.html file. Then we go over to create our size.css. And we're not going to be writing JavaScript code, it's just basically HTML, CSS to make our website responsive. So now, after doing this, I can just create the third one, which is going to be my links, just a place to store my links, because I'm going to be using links.txt. So I will name it .txt because it's just going to be. So let me quickly get some images which are from Unsplash that we're going to be using. Let me just type Unsplash. So now I go to splash.com for beautiful pictures and then type wild animals. Yeah, it will load up wild animals pictures for me, and I can just go over on them and copy link address, then go back to my code editor, paste one here, move down, also get another one, copy link address, then paste it also, and let's get at least 5 or 6. Then let me just let me get this one also, copy link address, and then I find a way to paste it here. No, instead of copying, I paste. So let me copy link address, paste here also, then move down again, find one good one, definitely. So I can just use this, copy link address, and then paste it. We're having 4 already, so let's move to add 2 more. So I can just scroll down again, copy link address, paste here, and then one more, and we are ready to go. So I don't know which animal is this, but I should like to get this image, copy link address, and then we can just head over here to paste it. And with that done, we have already copied the link address we want to use. So let's continue creating our gallery. So I can just bring in the normal HTML template, and then I can change the title to Animal Gallery. But it is animals, not just animals. So I can copy the file path here to open up what we are already having here inside a browser. So we can just copy it up and paste it here, and you can see our title appear, but nothing appear more because we didn't have anything much. So now with that done, let's just quickly add a navbar, and then inside the navbar we just need to have a logo using H1, which I can just type wild animal, and then we should just have a basic button. Let's say let me say explore. This basic button will just say explore, and let's go to our browser and see what we are having already. And as you can see, we are having this our heading 1 and this our button easily. So the next thing I'm going to do is under this navbar, and just have a section tag. Inside this section tag, I can just have my basic, let me say div, which with a class name of container. You can just give it a class of container, and then inside this div we can have images, image, and then inside this source we can just copy our links. Let me copy one. And then I don't think we need this for now, which is very, very important, but let's just have it. So let's copy these images in 6 more places or 5 more places, making it 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's change the links. Let's change the link, this second link. Let me copy it. As easy as that. You should just Control C, and then I can have it pasted here on the second line, and then I can just go ahead to copy the third line and Control C, then paste it under the third line also. And then with that, I can copy the fourth line, as simple as that, and then we can just head over to paste it under the fourth image tag, and then we can just copy the fifth image, and paste it under the fifth image tag, as easy as that. And then I can just quickly check what is the last one, copy it and paste it also here, as simple as that. And I can save it up, and let's see what's happening inside our browser. Yes, we are having the whole images, and I don't know, they are not showing up. And why is that? I don't know why they are not showing up. So let me check another thing. Let me go back to Unsplash, and then we can just type in our old query, which is white animals, and then let me click on a single image here, and let me start copying the image address. Oh, I think we are the one having the issue. If we didn't copy the image address from beginning, and you can see now this is the image address, which is a little bit longer than what we are having initially. So now with that done, let me just open up another one, and then also copy the image address, and then quickly search it, because we have already messed up from the beginning. So the image address is more longer. You can see it's fooling entirely nearly my browser. So let me just quickly search for other ones, and then let me copy this, copy image address, copy image address, and then I can quickly change this one also, go to another one, and this should work perfectly. Copy image address now, instead copy link as. So I can just scroll back to the beginning of the page and then paste it here. So now I can then quickly also go, because we have 2 more to go. I can copy this rabbit image and then copy image address as well. Then what do you call it? Paste it here. So now scroll back, and as easy as that, I can just copy the last one here. Let me just copy image address also, then paste it here. All right, now I can just click on Ctrl S to save and refresh my browser. And I hope with this we should be able to have our images, and that's it. Our images are showing perfectly, and they are very, very looking good. So now we are done with adding HTML to our site. The next thing is to add CSS. But before we're doing that, we need to link our CSS file. We can just type a link attribute, and then what's the name of our styling, which is type.css, and save it up. So doing this will make it look more, it's not basically to change anything now, but let's try changing things. inside this here, let me remove the default margin and padding of a browser, and then margin and padding, and then margin should be set to 0, padding also should be set to 0, and then box sizing should be set to border box. Okay, so let me check and refresh, and you can see it's a little bit more squeezing. So the next thing here is to style our navbar. This navbar, which contain the navbar contain our wild animal logo and then a button which says explore. So now we can just give it a background color of black, which is #000, and then give it a width of 100%, and then I can give it a height of 65 pixels. So let's check it out what happened and refresh. Yes, you can see our navbar appearing good here. So but we are no more seeing the text because our text is in black color. So I need to change the color here to be white. So if you change the color to be white, so and I can save it up and see what happened inside. Now our text now is not showing. But one thing we notice is they are all stacked on top of each other, the wild animal text and the explore button. So we want them to separate. This button I want it to move to the other end of this place. So to do that, I can just say give this navbar a display of flex because it's the parent container. Then I can just say justify content to be space between, and then I can just say align items to be center. Let's check it out if it is working. And as you can see now, our wild animal text is here, and then our button, which is says explore, also appear here. So to do that, to do more editing now, we can target our navbar heading 1, and give it more style of, let me say, padding. Let me give it a padding of 10 pixels, font family of Arial Helvetica. So let me add more space on the bottom. So you are going to be seeing what I'm doing exactly. I can just add a font weight of bold also. And let's check what's happening inside and you can see now our logo text is looking very, very good. So the next thing I would like to do is to edit this button also. Now to do that, I can just select the navbar and then button which is inside the navbar. Then we style it. You can just give it a margin of 10 pixels, and then a padding also of 10 pixels, and I can give it a background color of like green, and not that totally green. I just want it to be a little bit then light green, and then I can just give it a, let me say, a border radius of 100 pixels. So let's check it out what is happening here. So as you can see, our button is looking more good. So to add more styling, I can give it, instead of padding of 10 pixels, I can give it 25 pixels, 10 pixels left and right, and you can see now it's a little bit expanding. So let's give it more and more pixels. Let me add this to be 15 and then this to be 30. So now I can just give a font size of 20 pixels and then a color of white, which is okay. So now I can refresh and see what my button is looking like. So there's a little bit of border here that's showing. So we can just remove that default border by saying border to be equals to none border, and also we can just add outline to be equals to none because we don't know which one is it yet. So now let's save and refresh, and our navbar is looking okay. So the next thing is to style this whole body, and I can just give my body a background color of body, and then I can give it a background color of hashtag C2, C5, C8. It's a little bit grayish in color, and then I can just refresh. So with that done, I can just now style my container, which contains the image. If you could recall, just have a container here, a div of container here. So to select that div now, I can just go under everything here, and then give it, select the container div with dot container because it's a class, and then I can just give it a width of 90%, and then a margin of 0 and auto to center it. So let's save and see what happens. And you can see now I can give it a display of, grid, and then grid template columns should be auto. Then auto, if I say auto, I mean automatic width auto. So it should be 3 per each column, and then those 3 should have a width of auto. So now I can see the images are very, very big, even though it is arranged. So now to make more changes, I can just give a width, the image. Now I can just select the image. So dot container image img now should have a width of let me say of 40, let me say 35%, and then let's save and see. And you can see the width is very, very small. So let me give it of, let me say 80%, and let's see what happens. And if we give it a width of 80%, the image now are looking better. But if you should give it 100% width, will be better. 100% width, and let's see what happens. So now with that done, you can see, and then I can just give it a height. I can give the images a height which should be the same thing of like 600 pixels. So now let's save and see what we are having already and refresh. So now with that done, we see now our images are arranged in a very, very good manner. And to tell you what I mean, I can just give this container a padding, and let's check if it's responsive. I can just give it a padding of let me say 20 pixels. So I can save up and let's see what happens. Yes, you can see now our images are arranged. We have a very, very good looking image gallery. So to check if the website is responsive, we can just inspect, and then we can see this on mobile device, how is the image looking. And you can see now on mobile device, we are having 3 stack images, but they are not totally looking good. So now let's add a little bit of media query to it, so to make it more look good. And that's the advantage of talking about media query from the beginning. And at media, to add media query, you need to add this, add media frame, and maximum inside bracket now, maximum width of let me say 850 pixels, and then you open the curly braces. And now what do you want to style? So we want to style our container now, so we can just say container, and then grid template column should be just auto, and auto, we have to auto. And let's save and see what happens on mobile device. So we're having 2, but still this is not looking good. Should we just leave it to be 1? So let me see whether leaving it to be 1 will be okay. And then we can remove this second auto and refresh. So now with this done, you can see now we're having just each images per row. And is it not interesting using media query and CSS grid together with CSS flexbox? You have made a very, very good looking image gallery that is very, very responsive. And if you have learned anything just in this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next one. Bye bye.